rampant, but also cripple the activities of bandits, insurgents, and kidnappers. He added that the operation is a military initiative to respond to criminal activities in northwestern Nigeria with a view to restoring peace and security in the area. The Minister of Interior noted that the nature of the border communities calls for the NIS border community relationship to safeguard the borders. The federal government has launched a Digital Nigeria portal and mobile application in furtherance of the Digital Nigeria program, which was kick-started by President Muhammadu Buhari on March 19, 2020. The Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Pantami, performed the virtual launch of the mobile application on Monday in Abuja. Pantami said it was part of the government's key initiatives aimed at empowering innovators and entrepreneurs with the requisite skills to thrive in an emerging digital economy. He explained that the Digital Nigeria program was a key component of the digital literacy and skills pillar of the National Digital Economy Policy and Strategy for a Digital Nigeria, which was being championed by himself. The minister said the ministry was partnering with global institutions, including the African Development Bank and Microsoft, to enable Nigerians acquire cutting-edge digital skills within the comfort of their homes. Also, the 3 APC members of the Edo State House of Assembly who left the House a month to the governorship election have been reunited with the House. The 3 members are Honorable Yekini Idiaye, Honorable Emmanuel Agbaje, both of Akoko Edo State Constituency 1 and 2, and Honorable Nosahai Okumbo of Orianwa East State Constituency. They were inaugurated in 2019 along 7 other lawmakers, but left a month before the governorship election to join a factional leadership of the House, where Victor Edoro was purportedly elected Speaker. Addressing journalists after a closed-door meeting with Governor Gordon Obaseki and his deputy in Government House on Monday, the majority leader of the House, Honorable Henry Okwadobo, said the APC House members have returned after pursuing their political interest.
We, as a House, we were 12 inaugurated, 2 absconded, and 10 remained for over a year and 5 months. And at the end of the day, just a month and a half to the election, 3 of our colleagues, for political reasons, sided with the opposition party. At the end of the day, they come back to work. As we speak, we are back to the House of Assembly. Edo State House of Assembly, without a doubt, remain one. The issue of fashions, our dreams, the House remain one. Edo State government is one. We don't have fashion. If anybody goes to a beer parlor and proclaims himself anything, that's his option. Edo State House of Assembly remain one. Mr. Speaker is here. The entire team is here. The leadership of the House is here. We have 7 PDP members and 3 APC members. And as a Democrat, Mr. Governor, on their first courtesy visit, left his schedule and received them alongside us.
The Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Frank Okiye, said they were in the government's house to congratulate the governor for the victory on the September 19th governorship election in the state.
Congratulate His Excellencies as a one indivisible united family. You can see that we 10 that were inaugurated are here, the members of the House, and we appreciate God for the victory, and we found it a great pleasure to be here as a one united family from the State House of Assembly.
As well, the chairman of the Nigeria Labour Congress in Edo State, Comrade Sonny Osayande, says if by the expiration of the 2 weeks given the federal government, it fails to adhere to their negotiations, the suspended national industrial exercise will commence. Osayande said this on Dialogue, an audience participation program aired on 92.7 KUFM Benin, while stating that calling off the industrial action without involving some mobilized individuals in the states is a wrong move by the leadership of the labor union. He added that it will be difficult to predict what will arise in 2 weeks' time.
It didn't go down well with a lot of leadership. Of course, the country, particularly in this state, they are aware of the hardship every worker is passing through. Even the common man on the street is passing through as a result of this act. Without no recourse, leadership will just wake up and call us strike without even calling net. We are saddened. We are complied. We have asked our workers to turn back to work. Then we are waiting for further directive. I cannot predict what will happen 2 weeks' time. Because ordinarily, when you have to mobilize for strike and then you call for a next meeting where you have the chairman and everybody to decide, it's your duty as leaders to come back to these people to reverse. But when leadership took position without involving us.
Dialogue is an audience participation program that airs on 92.7 KUFM every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Meanwhile, the leadership of organized labor in Cross River, comprising Nigeria Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress, have described the suspension of the strike scheduled to hold on Monday as unfortunate, adding that dialogue was key in every negotiation. The leaders of the two unions, Ben Ukbebi and his TUC counterpart, Monday Ogbodum, stated this on Monday while debriefing workers at Zoo Garden, Calabar. Speaking with newsmen shortly after addressing the workers, Ukbebi said it was unfortunate that the strike was suspended, stressing that workers across the state and beyond were ready to go all out and bring the government to its knees, but they had given the government the benefit of the doubt. And in Oyo State, scores of workers, students, traders and residents trooped out in Ibadan on Monday to protest against the hike in the price of petrol and other policies of the federal government. The workers who gathered at the Agodi Gate area of Ibadan were led during the peaceful protest by human rights activist Femi Aborishade, who is the vice chairman of the Alliance on Surviving COVID-19 and Beyond, and the national coordinator of All Workers Convergence, Andrew Emelize, among other unionists. The protesters, who had placards condemning the federal government and its policies, said Nigerians had been further impoverished by the recent hike in the electricity tariff and petrol pump price. Aborishade said they were against the agreement between the Nigeria Labour Congress, the Trade Union Congress and the federal government, saying labor leaders ought to have briefed workers before taking the decision to call off the strike. He said the federal government should follow the rule of law by obeying the Federal High Court judgment of 2016 against fuel price and electricity tariff hikes. Some members of the NLC and TUC joined the protest in solidarity. KUFM News continues right after this break. Stay with us, please.
Beautiful one, I call on you today.
Bless you.
This not be time of bless you. This is where we say coronavirus, so they show itself for the world there. Now time to use tissue paper or handkerchief. Take cover your mouth or nose when you dey cough or sneeze. This not time to always wash your hand. Use hand sanitizer where contain better alcohol. This not time to give ears, as in avoid me, give me space to any person where they cough or sneeze. This not time to protect yourself or neighbors from sickness. So if you notice anything, sharp, carry yourself or the person go hospital or call this number free of charge. You're not going to collect money for your hand. That is toll-free number for 080 00 26 7662. 080 00 26 7662. The first to bring this other number for 080 09 70 00010. Remember, say life now says coronavirus not the show for face, so now person with their life and carry first to this message now from KUFM 92.7. Beautiful one, we call on you today. Come feel this place today. Let your presence dwell amongst us. Ocean divine.
Welcome back. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has commenced replacing manual voting with automated voting system. INEC National Chairman Yakubu Mahmood disclosed this on Monday. He assured that the Commission has taken another decisive step towards the full automation of the electoral process. According to him, INEC has invited manufacturers of electronic voting machines around the world to practically demonstrate how the machines work, preparatory to full migration. Elsewhere, the 36 states of the Federation on Monday took the federal government to the Supreme Court, challenging the presidential executive order signed in May by President Muhammadu Buhari. The states are seeking an order of the Supreme Court to suppress President Buhari's executive order on the funding of courts, which he signed on May 20th. According to the states, Buhari's executive order number 0010 of 2020 transferred the federal government's responsibility of funding both the capital and recurrent expenditures of the state high courts, Sharia courts of appeal, and the customary courts of appeal to the state governments. They are contending that the order is a clear violation of Section 6 and 8, subsection 3 of the 1999 Constitution, which makes it the responsibility of the federal government to fund the listed courts. The 36 states, while claiming that they had been funding the capital projects in the listed courts since 2009, are also asking the Supreme Court to order the federal government to make a refund to them. The suit was filed for the state by 9 senior advocates of Nigeria, led by a former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Augustine Alege. Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, was listed as the sole respondent in the suit. The High Court of the Federal Capital Territory in Maitama, Abuja, on Monday awarded 50 million naira damages against the senator representing Adamawa North, Elisha Abo, to be paid as compensation to a female attendant at a sex toy shop, Osimi Bibra Wamati, whom he assaulted. Justice Samira Bature upheld the plaintiff's case and gave the order in her judgment on the fundamental rights enforcement suit instituted by Wamati against the senator. The police had in 2019 charged before a magistrate court in Zuba, Abuja, with one count of assaulting Wamati at a sex toy shop in Abuja, but the presiding magistrate, Abdullahi Ilela, had dismissed the case after upholding the no-case submission filed by the senator. Wamati, through her legal team including Esosa Omauso and Nelson Onoha, went on to sue Abo in a fundamental rights enforcement suit filed before the FCT High Court. And from Abuja, we cross over to Delta State, where the immediate past governor of Delta State, Dr. Emmanuel Udwagan, has formally defected from the All Progressives Congress to the People's Democratic Party. Udwagan rejoined the PDP at his Unit 1, Ward 6 at Abigborodo and was accompanied to the venue by thousands of his supporters amid cheering solidarity songs on Monday. The former governor had earlier stated on his Twitter handle that he is back to join forces with other party greats to strengthen the PDP, the largest party in Africa. The return to PDP is coming barely 1 year after he took a critical decision to join APC on 29th August 2019 in protest of his alleged maltreatment in PDP. Udwagan, who was Delta State governor for 8 years in the build-up to the 2019 elections, defected to the APC, where he contested and lost the Delta South senatorial seats in 2019 to incumbent Senator James Manager. Coming up in the moment on our business news, market gains 98 billion naira at resumption of trading. More to come in the business news bulletin.
1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 600 billion, and the last kobo. Oh yes, we follow the money. It's all about the business and the business of business. The gains and the losses. The bulls and bears. The rise and falls. The risk and the satisfaction of seeing the last kobo rise to millions. On KUFM's Business News, the simple and complex jargons of business just make sense. Get the trending news on the money market, forecasts, investment opportunities, policy changes, and other breakout information on the ever-busy world of business. KU Business News, Monday to Friday on our news dawn, 6:30 to 7 a.m.
The Nigerian Stock Exchange resumed trading on Monday with a growth of 98 billion naira following gains by some blue chips. Top on the list of investors' picks are stocks like Total Nigeria, MTN Nigeria, Okomo Oil, Bua Cement, and Lafarge Africa. Total Nigeria PLC recorded the highest gain on the bourse after its share price moved from 80 naira to 88 naira, adding 8 naira or 10%. MTN Nigeria also increased from 124 naira to 126 naira 5 kobo, adding 2 naira 5 kobo or 2.02%. The Nigerian Stock Exchange All-Share Index increased by 0.72% to 26,507.84 points from preceding day low of 26,319.34 points. The value of listed stocks increased to 13.853 trillion naira from preceding trading day low of 13.755 trillion naira. The market's negative return year-to-date decreased to minus 1.25%. In 4,602 deals, investors exchanged 336,832,809 units valued at 4.029 billion naira. And finally on business, Nigeria's foreign exchange reserves recorded its first weekly decline since last 5 weeks, falling by $69.11 million week on week to $35.75 billion as of September 25th. This is in spite of gradual improvement in the price of crude oil, to $42.23 per barrel from as low as $20 per barrel early this year due to COVID-19 pandemic. Naira remained stable as the dollar was quoted at 386 Naira per dollar at the investors and exporters forex window rather. The market opened with an indicative rate of 386 Naira 25 kobo, the same rate it opened on Friday at the I&E window. The daily foreign exchange turnover rose by 56.54% to $133.73 million on Monday from $85.43 million recorded on Friday. Nigeria's currency on Monday maintained stability as the dollar was traded at 466 Naira and 465 Naira on the black market and Bureau de Change segment of the foreign exchange market. And that's it on business. Over now to sports, where Liverpool maintained their perfect start to the season while ending Arsenal's as the Premier League champions came from behind to secure a 3-1 victory at Anfield. More to come in our sports bulletin this morning. In sports, Spain's 12-time champion Rafael Nadal encountered few problems as he started the French Open with a 3-set win over Belarusian Egor Gerasimov. Nadal wrapped up a 6-4, 6-4, 6-2 victory in 2 hours, 5 minutes against the world number 83, who was making his main draw debut in Paris. American Mackenzie McDonald, ranked 211th, is Nadal's next opponent. Elsewhere, US Open champion Dominic Thiem also moved into the second round with a 6-4, 6-3, 6-3 win over Croatia's Marin Cilic. The 27-year-old Austrian, who won his maiden Grand Slam title in New York a fortnight ago, has lost to Nadal in both of the past 2 finals at Roland Garros. The pair have been drawn in the same half of the men's singles, meaning they could only meet in the semi-finals this year. And finally in sports, Liverpool's new £45 million signing Diogo Jota grabbed the home debut goal as the champions demonstrated their determination to retain an iron grip on their Premier League crown by coming from behind to record an impressive victory against Arsenal at Anfield. Arsenal, who had won their opening 2 Premier League games, went ahead after 25 minutes when Alexander Lacazette took advantage of Andy Robertson's error to bundle a close-range finish past Alisson. Liverpool responded instantly as man of the match Sadio Mane pounced 2 minutes later after Arsenal goalkeeper Ben Leno could only push out Mohamed Salah's shot, and the Reds went ahead before halftime when Robertson atoned for his earlier error by getting on the end of Trent Alexander-Arnold's cross to beat Leno. Liverpool were far superior, but Arsenal will rue a great chance missed by Lacazette, who shot tamely at Alisson when he was clean through with the score at 2-1, and their night was complete when Jota, making his Anfield bow following his move from Wolves, shot low past Leno from the edge of the area. Earlier, Aston Villa cruised to a 3-0 comfortable Premier League win as they took advantage of another horrific defensive performance by Fulham. Villa are now unbeaten in 8 games, including 6 wins, stretching back to last season. And that's it on sports. And with those sports stories, we come to the end of our package this morning. But before we go, a quick recap of the headlines. Federal government renews commitments to degrading bandits insurgents. Edo organized labor rejects strike suspension by national labor leadership. 36 state governors take federal governments to Supreme Court. Do remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play your part. Coronavirus is real. Wash your hands regularly with soap and running water. Use your face mask while in public and stay safe. KUFM News Dawn was produced by Blessing Asekome. I am Charles Oporum saying